150, 151, 152. What are you doing? 153. I'm working out. Working out? You're the least fit person I know. No, I'm not. One time, I saw you get out of bed and rock yourself to sleep. That was one time. What are you even working out for? Well, it's because I got that in the mail. Oh. 13. So this guy wants to fight you to the death. 14. All right, and you're training so you can beat him up? 15. No. I'm doing cardio. I'm gonna run. Now, if you've been watching any of the newer episodes of Can We Talk About This, you'd know that Riot's recent champion design has been exuberant. Exuberant. Yumi had 5 abilities, Kiana had 9 abilities, Aphelios had 16 abilities, and at the rate of 1.777777777778 times abilities per champion released, we all expected the next champion to have 28 abilities. But thankfully, someone took the cocaine out of the bottles they used to feed Riot's design team, which in turn made them go, what if make champion understandable? Which, at this point, has become a pretty foreign concept in Riot HQ. I mean, why make a champion that plays like he belongs in a MOBA when instead you can design a fucking guy whose kit was based on the moon cycles in real life? I wish this was a joke, but sometimes the development process of a champion turns out to be more complicated than the champion itself. To prove this point, I've brought in a very special guest. But first, a message from this week's sponsor. Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. A lot of us play League of Legends or TFT. But what if I told you all that time spent allowed us to win free RP or even more games? Well, thankfully, that's where today's sponsor comes in, Zelos.gg. With Zelos.gg, you can participate in in-game missions like tank 10,000 damage, kill 2 wards, have highest KDA, etc., which would earn you more points. Once you have enough points, you can head over to the prizes page and redeem it for some sweet RP or even new games. So don't just game to game, again. One more big thank you to Zelos.gg for being today's sponsor. I love you guys, you're awesome. Go check them out, or else. To explain how complicated some development cycles for champions are, I brought in resident expertologist Dennis the Tall. Take it from here, Dennis. Dennis?
Aha! Thanks for having me, Scooch.
Jesus.
Sett's development started with the need for an easy-to-learn juggernaut with an anime aesthetic. Early on, Riot looked into a grappler-style character, one who could manhandle and suplex his enemies in a 1 versus 9 situation. This led to a visually diverse array of concept art, which includes a 4-armed Targonian, a Robo-Butler, and a darkened behemoth, all before settling on the Vastayan Hunk. When it became clear that the grappler gameplay would be confusing and frustrating to play against, Sett's design pivoted to being more of a straight-up brawler. From here, the boss's design hook would be his unique punching combination auto attack, and naturally, his signature weapon would be his brass knuckles, with his overall design being inspired by Wolverine's. He also shares the same Japanese voice actor for Dio Brando, making him by default the best character in the game. His lore explains his rise to the top of the underground Noxian fighting rings. He was born to a Vastayan mother and a Noxian father, experiencing ridicule from a young age due to his mixed heritage. His dad's reputation as a pit fighter protected their family from verbal harassment, up until he decided to go out for a pack of smokes one day and never came back. Sett would be bullied and taunted during these years, eventually learning to silence his critics by way of throwing hands. Full of anger, he snuck to the Noxian pit fights one night in hopes of finding his father, only to fall in love with the spectacle of combat. He was scheduled for a fight that same night, and from there, he would start his legacy. The Beast Boy bastard fought his way to become the king of the pit, and upon realizing that the real money was in running the show, he beat up the old owners to a pulp to become the boss. With his newfound wealth and power, Sett's the one calling the shots, all while supporting his mother with his fight money. Back to you, big boy.
Sett is probably one of the coolest looking characters in League of Legends. He is as Chad can become, and every human should strive to be like him. Except for that stupid pink hair, who would even want that? Sett's passive is Pick Grit, making his basic attacks alternate between left and right. He always starts with a left punch, and his right punch attacks 8 times faster and also deals bonus physical damage. His passive also innately gives him bonus health regeneration per second based on missing health, which basically means Sett is completely fine with taking a beating, which is a reoccurring theme in his kit. Sett's Q Knuckle Down gives him a burst of move speed towards enemy targets for 1.5 seconds and makes his next 2 autos deal bonus physical damage. It also resets his auto attack timer and punch cadence. It deals percentage max health, giving Sett the ability to punch through tanks, which will in turn turn Ornn into ores. Yeah, I know, it's a reach. It may sound complicated, but basically, if you're far, Sett come punch punch. If you're close, Sett punch 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 punch. If you're in an extended trade, Sett punch 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 punch. Hey, it's me. Quick editor's note, the reason why Titanic Hydra and his Q are so good to use in the middle of an exchange is because since his Q and Titanic Hydra are both auto attack resets, they cancel out the animation of his left punch, which comes out significantly slower than his right punch, which basically doubles his attack speed, which is really strong. Okay, that's it. I love you. His W Haymaker is one of the strongest abilities in League of Legends. Sett stores 100% of post-mitigation damage taken as grit on his secondary resource bar, for up to 50% of max health. Each instance of stored grit decays by 30% every second after 4 seconds. When he uses this ability, Sett blasts the area in a target direction, dealing AoE damage based on the grit expended. Think of him as an anime protagonist. The more you hit him, the harder you are going to lose. But Scooch, how will I know when his punch is going to rip my anus in twain? It's easy. You should be scared when his hair spikes up and goes golden like a fucking anime protagonist. We get it, right? You watch Japanese cartoons. Enemies in the middle of the blast will take true damage, meaning tanks can't build against them. And if you think, oh okay, I'll just kill him before he can do a mega punch. Well, too bad, fucko, because he also gets a decaying shield equal to the grit expended. His E Facebreaker pulls enemies from 2 different sides and slams them into each other, dealing physical damage. If it grabs at least 1 enemy on each side, all enemies are stunned for 1 second upon landing. It's pretty huge, and when combined with his ultimate or a flash, this ability can change the tide of a team fight in an instant. His ultimate, the Showstopper, is the dopest shit I have ever seen in my life. Sett grabs any goddamn enemy he wants to, jumps 25 feet in the air and gives them a DDT from hell and damages all enemies near impact. It deals a ton of physical damage that scales with bonus AD and the primary target's bonus health, meaning the tankier the enemy is, the harder they will fall, making this one of the abilities in League of Legends that you'd want to focus on a tank. Sett will beat you with the fattest guy there. Even though he has been quote nerfed 3 times since release, Sett is a blatant example that Riot chooses favorites. I bet asking the balance team for nerfs is something like this. Alright, next. Hey, Riot? Sett's kind of killing everybody and also taking the most damage and also making it impossible for my tank to do anything. Can you help? If I'm being real with you, you should have dodged. You would have lost 3 LP, now you lost 19. You look dumb. Get out of here. Okay. Next. Hey Riot, how's it going? Aurelian Soul walked at me a little too fast. He what? Everything Sett does is a winning scenario, making Sett a character that is incredibly fun to play but horrendous to go against. This creates the Sett conundrum. No matter what you do against Sett in a team fight, it is the wrong option. Do you want Sett to die? Well, trying to kill him will make him deal bonus damage and kill you. Does your tank want to be the front line? Well, too bad, Sett is going to grab them and use them as a weapon. Maybe you should split away from each other to avoid the impact. Well, now he's going to Facebreaker you into each other and land an additional stun. Sett is like playing musical chairs if the ground were made of Legos and the chair had a landmine on it. No matter what happens, you'll still lose. That's a stupid picture. Hey everyone, thank you for watching this week's episode of Can We Talk About This? If there's something else you want to talk about, leave it in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to get to it. Also, I got a pretty big announcement about the future of the channel that I'm just going to go ahead and release on another video. I was originally going to do it as an outro on this video, but it ended up being too long, so I'm releasing that tomorrow, and it should be on screen right now as an annotation if it's out. and if it isn't, then it's not on screen. Also, go check out my stream, because I've been streaming a lot, and it's been really fun, and I've been doing variety stuff now that I'm a partner, so I think I might beat Celeste right now. Go look at my stream. I'm probably beating Celeste right now. Okay, cool. Besides all that, I love you. Be careful. Be sure to text me where you're at. I don't want you to go too long without telling me where you're at. You know how it is in this house. Okay, that's it. I love you. Bye.